Good morning and good evening. Welcome to another watch party. It is the Nets taking on the Orlando Magic. Welcome. Um this is an interesting sort of game. Because I say this every single day, but this is interesting because in case you've missed it, Ben Simmons and Cam Thomas are both out for the Nets. For Orlando, there's no Paolo Banchero. So quite a few players are out for their respective teams, and they are pretty important cogs to, well, how both of these teams operate. Paolo Banchero is their number one in points, assists, rebounds. So he's pretty important. He's pretty damn important for them. And then from a Nets perspective, no Cam Thomas, which is a blow because obviously he's a very good scorer. And, there's a way about him on the offensive side. Defensively, it's going to be interesting to see. Well, we know the starting lineups now. For the Orlando Magic, you can see without Banchero, they'll start Jalen Suggs, Gary Harris, Franz Wagner, Caleb Houston, Wendell Carter. The Nets yesterday had 32 assists, and they also had 10 players get 2 or more assists, which is the first time on the road in franchise history. The only other time that's ever happened for the Nets is a game in 2022 against the Golden State Warriors, where I reckon we scored 90 that game in that first half. So, this is an opportunity to definitely build on what happened yesterday, for sure. The Nets are 13 games or something like that under 500, so they are for sure not... they have not found it easy this season. But, the roster is an interesting watch tonight. I mean, we've got Schroeder starting with Cam Johnson entering the starting lineup. He had a good game today, or yesterday, should I say. But there is, obviously it's a different ball game when you enter the starting lineup. He did find a good balance of 3s and 2s yesterday. So a bad Cam Johnson game is usually when he does not have that balance right and he can't make the 3 ball. He just keeps trying to force it. So, yeah. There's some interesting sort of games going on around the league. The Nets are holding on to that 11 seed at the moment, which obviously doesn't have much value. But if you win, and then you have the opposition, or you have the team ahead of you, which is the Atlanta Hawks, losing, because they do play today against Utah, who have a very similar record, you're one game closer to making up that ground. So, there is definitely an opportunity for the Nets to actually make some inroads today against an Orlando team who are missing their focal point of basically everything they do. Franz Wagner is going to be the main issue. Now, the interesting thing is, as good as Orlando have been this season for having 13 more wins than us, we've actually beaten them both times we've played them by 20 or more points, which is sort of staggering if you think about it. We've won the first meeting. I think it was 129-104. The other game was 121-101. Franz Wagner in both games scored 20 points, but in the second meeting went 3 of 16. So if you can stop Franz Wagner, I don't think anyone else has really got enough juice in them to be able to get like 20 or 30 points and knock us off, to be honest. So, look, I mean, I need to see what sort of team the Orlando Magic put out the other day, because they didn't have Paolo Banchero the other day, and they also didn't have Jonathan Isaac, who I don't know if he's fully fit. If he is, that is a big piece for the Magic to have. They won their last game 112-109. They did have Banchero playing in that game. Banchero was not efficient. No one for Orlando in their last game against Detroit. Actually, no. No. That was not the last game they played. Because Banchero was not playing in the most recent game. Who did they play? The Hawks. So against the Hawks, they got smoked by 17 points. Wagner had 19, 18 to Carter, but no one... Like, they had 6 plays or 5 plays in double figures, but outside of those 5, no one scored more than 4 points. So, yeah. I mean, they played Isaac a couple of minutes, but the guys getting minutes off the bench, Houston, Ingles, Cole Anthony, Fultz, and Mo Wagner. And then the starters were Batadze, Suggs, Black, Carter, and Wagner. So it's not a great team, yet they're still above 500. So you sense this is another opportunity very, very similar to yesterday, because Banchero, as I said, is a focal point. Need a guy on the nets to shoot under 1.5 threes. It's a bit of a tough one if you're asking me for betting advice. I'm not going to condone betting, but I will say if you did have to pick a player, well, Claxton is not going to shoot more than 2 threes a game, I can guarantee you, but that's a given. Like, that's not even that surprising. Johnson will shoot more. Mikal will shoot more. Finney-Smith will shoot more. Schroeder may not shoot 2 threes, but yesterday he did shoot 4. So, depends if he gets given the green light. And then off the bench, Dennis Smith is not going to shoot 2 threes a game. So, you've got a few... You got a few options. Are we in better shape post JV? I actually could not give you an answer on that question. It is a bit mythical. We've played 3 games. We've won 1. We've lost 2. The Toronto game we got smoked, and the Minnesota game we played not bad, but we just didn't have the offense. Yesterday was a different story. The first half was explosive. We were up 26 at halftime, so that was always gonna put you in pole position with the opposition you were playing. But today is a little bit more of a test. I mean, this team has beaten Orlando twice already by 20 or more. So can we do it again? Is it flukish, or is it just we're that good? Okay. In case you've just joined us, because a few of you were a bit like later getting here, the Nets injury report looks like this. Ben Simmons is out tonight, and he played some good backup center minutes last night. Derek Whitehead, of course, is out injured for the rest of the season, so he will be a common player on there. And the other player should also be on there. Where is he? Okay, hang on. The other player is Cam Thomas, who tweaked his ankle in the last quarter, last game, when we were up like 25 with 7 minutes to play. And it wasn't really anyone's fault. It was just a bit of misfortune, but that's the risk you run when you play your players that late, when the game's blown out. So our starters for today... starters for today... Let me just have a look. So Cam Johnson will take the place of Cam Thomas. Schroeder stays as a starter. We can probably expect more Dayron minutes for Orlando. They don't have Paolo Banchero, which is a huge loss. And they are running Suggs, Gary Harris, Caleb Houston, Wagner, and Wendell Carter. So, yeah. After this, we then play the Atlanta Hawks, which is a huge win as well. I mean, if we win today and Atlanta lose, we'll be within 2 games of 10, the 10 seed, and we play the Hawks twice this week. So you potentially, at the end of the week, could actually be on the same record, which is sort of mind-boggling if you think about it, given how shit we've been this season. So this first quarter is about to get underway. Make sure to drop a like before we begin, and subscribe if you are new, because we'll be back for a few more Nets games this season. Quite a few, actually. Not all, but most. Alrighty. So Orlando will have Carter in the jump ball, and Claxton, of course, is the Nets man in the jump ball. We win the tip, and it'll be Schroeder bringing it up for the Nets. And we are wearing the white uniforms tonight, so easily recognizable. So Claxton, the handoff to Bridges, Finney-Smith, drive, dump pass to Claxton, try to move Carter, somehow was able to get the hook shot up over the top, and the Nets are on the board nice and early. So 2-0, the Nets, and it'll be Suggs who will look for the handoff, and he'll give it to Wagner on the wing. Carter, 1-2, Wagner the kick out to the corner for Houston. The three is off. He knew he missed it. Good rebound by Finney-Smith, but he had it knocked away by Houston. Carter down the middle. Suggs in the corner. The pump fake, the wide open three, the splash. And that is, well, second chance points already. Already 3 second chance points for the Orlando Magic. Very avoidable as well. It's probably going to go down as a steal, to be honest. Points off turnovers. Schroeder, no look. Johnson's open right in front of the Magic bench. That's an easy knockdown shot for CJ. Nets on the board from the outside. And the Nets up 2 in the first minute of the game. Harris on the outside to Carter, who will hand it. No, he'll fake the handoff. He had me fooled. Suggs down the middle to the corner. Carter sets the feet. The three-pointer is off. And that is another rebound secured already. 2 second chance opportunities generated by Caleb Houston. And now Wagner for the Magic. Can they score again? Step back three. It is off. And the board by Mikal Bridges as he bats it to himself. Bounce pass to Johnson, who will drive and kick it to the corner for Schroeder, who will presumably slow it up a little bit. Claxton, 1-2. Schroeder gets into the paint. Head down. Layup is off. Rebound by the Magic. Good defense by Houston. To the corner. 3 for Harris. It's good. So 2 threes made for the Magic. And we've allowed quite a few open looks. So not out the gate very, very strong. The Magic have attempted 5 3-pointers already, which is a bit fucked. It gets to the corner for Mikal. Skip pass to Finney-Smith. And we have a foul by Houston, who's had a very, very bright start for the Magic. 3.4 to play on the shot clock. If that foul wasn't committed, it'll reset to 14. So 9:26 to play, 6-5. And the Nets are down 1. So Schroeder, Johnson, got Houston on him, and now Schroeder up top, picked up by Suggs. The screen's going to be used. It's good defense by Suggs. Schroeder gets through, and that is the second time in a row where the clock has gotten below 4 seconds on the clock, but the Magic have committed a foul and subsequently bailed us out. So the Magic will have to defend yet again here. It's going to be another side out for the Nets. So already 2 personals for the Magic. And the Nets will have another crack. It's Mikal. Didn't move the pivot foot and did an excellent job of that, but wasn't able to score the mid-range. It was a good maneuver to free himself up, but it will not go down. And the Magic can extend their early lead. Good skip pass. Frees up Houston. He's hit a 3. The Magic have not attempted a 2-pointer, I'm pretty sure. So 9-5 Orlando. And for context, Memphis only hit 3 threes in the entire first half last night. Finney-Smith gets by the closeout. It's knocked away. Schroeder will have to collect. We've got 3 to shoot. Schroeder gets into the paint. Runner is good as the shot clock expires. That's a smooth move there by Schroeder. And the Nets cut the lead back down to 2, but they're going to need to start, well, forcing the Magic off the line here. That is another 3-pointer by the Magic, and it's off this time. Live by the 3, die by the 3. That has been the definition of the opening 4 minutes for Orlando. And right now, they're really living by it. Bridges for 3, that is just not a good shot. He has been god-awful from the outside. in the last couple of games. He's like 2 of 18. He's been shit. Wagner, the spin move. The layup, gets the roll, and extends the lead to 4. So a bit of back and forth play. Schroeder's just left alone for 3, and he hits, and he was on a heater yesterday from the outside. Hit 3 of his 4 3-pointers, and he cuts the lead to 1. Suggs gets it ahead. Carter up top. Wagner. Picked up by Claxton on that switch. And there is a foul. And it's going to go on Claxton. There was a push involved that meant Suggs hit Claxton, so maybe we need or maybe the foul will be called on someone else. Paul is inbounded. Screen. Is that an early sub? Suggs. No, it's not an early sub. Suggs the spin on the baseline. Nice little push shot. Had Schroeder where he wanted him. And the Magic are shooting very efficiently to open. Johnson. Good turn. Gets into the paint. Moved, Houston. Nice, smart play by CJ. Exploited the mismatch or the size difference there. Suggs is fouled by Schroeder. And we will potentially, and we will get our first timeout of the game. I believe it's the way of the Nets. So a decent enough start, but giving away a lot of 3-pointers, which is a bit detrimental to the way we've started this game, to be honest. So not a bad start overall, though. If we look at the box score, you will see nothing because it hasn't refreshed. If I do refresh, you will see for the Nets. I put Mikal in the spotlight because, well, it's imperative he plays well today, but he has not started the way we would have liked. He does have the 2 rebounds, but that is all he's got to his name so far in this game. We've gotten 5 from CJ and Dennis Schroeder, shooting well, very well. Only the 1 turnover, but we've given away a few second chance points, and we are giving away a lot of 3-pointers. Already 7 attempted by the Magic. Every single man on the Magic has attempted 1, and nearly every Magic player has scored. So they're going to need a very collective-minded team effort in order to get this one done. So, yeah, I think the Magic would be pretty optimistic about the way they've started. And we haven't done a bad job either, shooting the ball pretty well, getting to the spots, getting that balance right as we did yesterday. But, you know, we got to get stops. Defensive work is the foundation and at the crux of everything we do. Alrighty. If you are enjoying, make sure to drop a like and subscribe as well if you are new. We'll be back for the 2 Atlanta Hawks games for the rest of the week that occur. Which both should be good games because obviously that play-in spot is up for grabs, right? So, you know, plenty at stake, of course, because if you lose both games, well, then you're completely removed from the picture. But if you win both, from a Nets perspective, then you are well and truly back in the race for a play-in spot. So it's crazy what a week of basketball can actually do to impact you, to be honest. You win 3 or 4 on the trot, and all of a sudden, you know, the scheduling sort of does us a bit of a favor, you know, playing the team ahead of us twice to you know, try and close that gap. In a good run as well. Some very winnable games in the next couple. Walker's in, Dayron's in, does well to hold up that Carter roll action. So the Nets will try something else. That's a good cut by Carter. He blows the layup, the rebound, and Carter's able to get the slam. I'm not happy with that. So Dayron looks like he's going to have his hands full because Carter was very proactive on that possession. Schroeder kick out to Finney-Smith and now Johnson. Gonna be interesting to see what happens in the Mikal and Cam Thomas-less minutes. Schroeder, Johnson up top, the spin, the shot in the mid-range doesn't have enough lift. The board by the Magic. The pass is flung all the way ahead to Suggs, and now he will try cook. Harris, Carter, good bounce pass handoff. Carter in the low block will shoot and score. So Carter getting the Magic a little bit of breathing space here. Dayron Sharp looking for a handoff. Johnson was pushed off it clearly. And it's going to be Suggs who will pick up the personal. So the Nets, their scoring's going to be a bit questionable with this bench, I can tell you right now. The fact that Cam Thomas is out means there's an excuse for DSJ to play a fair chunk of minutes, which is not good for us. Schroeder on the outside tries his luck for three, and he hits another one. He cannot miss, even after the whistle was blown before. Even after the whistle was blown before, he knocked down a rainbow three. So he's having a cracking game so far. Harris on the outside. Carter. Oh, that's an interesting pass. I thought that was Nets ball and it went off Fultz last, but it's going to be Magic on the baseline. Bro, Schroeder's jump shot in the last couple of games has looked so nice, so smooth. DSJ is in the game, and he's going to replace Schroeder? That is not going to be a good sub, I can tell you right now. So Schroeder's gone to the bench. Oh, I do not like this. This is a pretty shitty lineup for offense. Carter, another baseline jumper. That's short, but look at the hustle by the Magic. Too many offensive rebounds being allowed. There was nearly another one. Dayron got his hands to it last. DSJ didn't have it 100%. So Nets are really living life on the edge at the moment. Johnson, pull up two. That's off. Long rebound by the Magic. And they can get into this set relatively quickly. Fultz the spin. Carter's left alone for three. And that's off the rim and out. And Walker with the rebound. So he's going to go downhill and try attack an unset defense. And no. Foul called. Good verticality. And Dayron wasn't able to rake in the rebound. So Fultz out to Carter. The handoff to Harris, who will drive. The runner is good. And it's been a little bit too easy. And I think we're going to get a timeout by Kevin Ollie with the Magic up 19-15. So it's been pretty tough going in the last couple of minutes for both teams on the offensive end. The Magic have done well to, get quite a few of their players involved. They are shooting, well, now below the average mark for 3-point percentage. But they are shooting 50% from the field. So every time they go inside, they're getting some good looks, and they've already had 3 offensive boards, which is a concern to me. The Nets are shooting the ball well, very efficiently, in fact, but it's the fact that we keep giving away these extra looks off the glass, off the offensive glass, which is just killing us because we're looking after the basketball, we're shooting the ball well, but we're just not getting enough opportunities bang for our buck because we keep giving away trips to the other end because we simply can't secure a rebound. Schroeder's got 8 for the Nets. He's top scoring at the moment. Mikal has not scored yet. So he really needs to lift. But overall, not a bad contribution, to be honest, by the Nets so far. Shooting the ball well. So offensively, I can't really complain with what we've delivered. It's just the rebounding, bro. The rebounding's been the real issue and giving away a lot of 3-pointers. But overall, to start the game, the Nets not doing too badly of a job. They do lead or trail by 4, though. So the efforts aren't being shown there. But we would be in front if we just simply could be responsible enough in getting those boards. And we've got to box out. Cam Johnson on the court is always going to be an issue when you're trying to box out. But Alrighty. We've really got to actually, like, it really doesn't feel as if we've really gotten off the first gear. Like, gotten out of first gear. It's been very, very, very easy. It's been very, very easy. So we need to really lift the intensity. A lot of jump shots not being contested. So the Nets will resume. It's DSJ on the court with Walker, Finney, Smith, Johnson, and Sharp. So unchanged out of the timeout. DSJ gets into the paint. Bro, the spacing is fucking trash with this lineup. Dayron scores the hook shot on the baseline over Mo Wagner. And look, the Magic, well, they've brought on Cole Anthony and Joe Ingles, who obviously is an Australian, of course. Been in the league for a long, long time, and he's like 36 years old, so definitely past his prime. Fultz, good contest by Finney Smith, but a great make by Mikal, the former #1 pick, and the Magic lead by 4. DSJ into the paint. Kick out to Johnson, who's ready to fire, and he misses the rebound. Bro, we have been awful on the glass. Defensive, offensive, all the 50-50s. All those 50-50s that are there to be won, we just have not been awake at all. Probably very, very fortunate to only be down 4 with the potential of it going up to about 5 or 6 here. So it's DS or DS DSJ to the bench? No, DSJ is still on. Who the fuck just went to the bench? Finney Smith. So Wilson and Bridges in. So Jalen Wilson is going to get some run. Cam Johnson has obviously started, which means obviously those players that are sitting further back in the rotation push up. And Jalen Wilson is the fortunate man in this case to be a part of that. So he is in. He'll be relishing the opportunity here. So Dayron, DSJ, Mikal, Wilson, Walker. DSJ, bro, get him off. I'd rather have Watford at the point. Seriously. Good dump off pass and the Magic score again. You have to get DSJ off the floor. You have to. He's just absolutely fucking us over again. He's been awful in those minutes he's on the court. He's not there for any form of purpose. He doesn't shoot the ball. Defensively, at least today, he's not really having any bearing on the game. Mikal's guarding Mo Wagner in the post. Don't even ask me how that matchup's happened. The switch, Ingles for 3. The rotation needed to be good. How the hell can you not box out, bro? Dayron is having a shocker as well. So many offensive rebounds being given away. Orlando just look 3 gears quicker to everything. Like, it's just... We're at sea at the moment. Like, giving away a lot of easy points. It's very much an effort issue with this lot at the moment. Claxton is back in with the Nets down 8 and potentially an opportunity for more. It's just been a really poor showing in this first quarter. I have to say, Watford's going to check in. Why does he keep playing Dennis? Get DSJ off. He's just taken Walker off for Watford. What's the point of that? Keep Walker on. Play Watford at the point. Just doesn't make sense to me. Ingles. Cole Anthony's got 2 to shoot. He's going to have to take it in. Pulls up for 2. Oh my god, Clax. What the fuck are you doing? Fouling at the whistle. Or at the buzzer. It's so dumb. Oh, that is so dumb. Everything that we've done in this first quarter has been dumb. Did he even touch him? I don't even think he touched him. I would have honestly challenged that because I don't think there was anything in that, but the fact Claxton ran off, I don't know if that was to stay away from the referees so he doesn't complain or what. So the Magic at the free throw line, not Mo Wagner, Franz Wagner is back into the game. So the Magic of, like, irrespective of talent, you got to rock up. This is what I said yesterday. Irrespective of the opponent, you have to rock up. Like, the Magic don't have an as strong team today, but they are clearly playing the better team simply off the back of hustle. They've been far more alert and awake. It's like they had an earlier start time and they've gotten into the day much earlier. We're still half asleep. Bridges, Dennis, skip pass to Watford, goes down the middle and gets the layup +1. Well done by Trenton Watford there. And 2 points for Trenton Watford. He will go to the free throw line to convert the N1 opportunity. And look, I don't know why Walker got sent off and DSJ is still on that damn basketball court, but so Watford will cut it to 7 if he can make, and he does get the bounce. He's a pretty good free throw shooter for his size. The Magic lead by 7. It's Cole Anthony, the screen and switch. Now Wagner on the outside, picked up by Watford. Wilson is guarding Mo Wagner in the post. They're going to drive that. Goes downhill, does Wagner, and he got Wilson under the basket, and you couldn't really foul there because you're probably conceding the basket as well. So the Magic up 9. They're getting a lot of ease. A lot of ease out of what they're doing at the moment. Mikal fumbled it, got it back. Watford, drive. I don't know why he didn't test Claxton. Claxton didn't even demand the ball there. Bridges, skip pass. That's a terrible pass. Too loopy. Bounce pass. Layup. Got it to go. It's just poor. It's just really poor. That is not the pass. We had a Claxton 2-pointer. He needed to be fed down low. And instead, we've given away a shot on the other end. Watford, Bridges, test the 3. That's off. Bro, you know what's bad when your own players are actively trying to nab the offensive rebound off you and nearly fucking it up altogether. 3-pointer was scored by DSJ, a step back 3, by the way, which I think is pretty unprecedented. We have a shot clock issue. It's an 8-point lead for the Magic. I don't know what's going on here. Was there a technical foul assessed? Ingles and Watford got teed up. Interesting. So, Magic up 8. If we can get a stop here and close out the quarter down by half a dozen, I would take that. Given we really have not been convincing with anything we've done today. A lot of controllable stuff we've fallen short on. Ingles the drive. Good pass. Bro, Mo Wagner, you cannot allow him to move that easy. He is not that agile off the ball. There's just no way you allow that. Mikal the drive. Kick out to DSJ, who's not going to shoot those, but he draws the defender, and that was a bit of a lapse defensively. Dennis with the lob to Claxton, and the Nets cut it to 8. Can we get a stop before the break? Please. 33-25 the score. Anthony will give it to Wagner, and you would suspect that he's probably going to work with his brother. A bit of two-man game. Ingles. Skip pass. Nearly cut off there by Dennis, but it wasn't. Anthony on the move. Badly off on the 3, or the mid-range, should I say. Wilson puts one up as the shot clock expires, and that is quarter time. So 33-25, the score at the first change. It's fair to say that the Nets have left a fair bit to be desired on the court in the first quarter, but the good thing is it is the first quarter, and it is only an 8-point deficit, and we go into the second frame needing to improve on a lot of things, but the main thing is just the way you apply yourself. I don't think we've applied ourselves in nearly the best way to win a game of basketball. Shooting the ball well, which is, well, of course, something you need to do in order to win the game. So it's a good sign from that perspective, only the 2 turnovers. But the issue is we've only had 7 rebounds in the first quarter. The Magic have had 12, and that has led to an extra, well, only 2 shots. But the Magic have had a few more free throws. They've attempted a lot of threes. They were off to a scorching hot start from the outside. They were 3 of 6, but they've missed their last 4. Mo Wagner's got 6 off the bench, and he's been their top scorer in 4 minutes of action. So yeah, the Nets, of course, are playing the second night of a back-to-back, so that may present some challenges. And that was why a good start was so important. But we have not really brought the required level of performance to the basketball court today, really. But there is work to be done still. Plenty of work to be done. The Nets have gotten some good scoring out of Dennis Schroeder, who only played the 7 minutes. DSJ played 5. I think that's 5 minutes too many. But he has had 4 assists, and he is a, well, team high in that respect. So running the point not too badly, but our bench is getting cooked. Yeah. So it looks like we're delving a little bit deeper into our bench with Ben out, of course, and then also Cam Thomas out. Banchero is out for the Magic, but we have seen the Magic already make up for that lack of talent that they are, of course, well, that talent that they are, of course, missing by just applying themselves in the right way. You know, the 50-50 balls, they've had quite a few offensive rebounds, which are pretty unacceptable on our part. We've just looked very off the pace. Now that O'Neal is gone, you are hating on DSJ. It's nothing personal. It's just he completely stunts the offense. Yeah, he just completely stunts the offense. That's the problem. You have no spacing. Every time you kick it out to Dennis in the corner, it's just it's a complete shambles. Because like usually if you had a shooter in the corner, they would let it fly and maybe make it. But you can afford to leave Dennis Smith Jr. open in the corner, and it's going to be very hit or miss with him. Ingles commits an illegal screen on the first possession of the second quarter, so the Nets can trim into the deficit here. Mikal, Watford, turnover, and a very easy turnover as well there for the Magic to secure. Anthony, easy 2. He just shuffled Schroeder way too easily there. Got into the paint with ease. Got one up. We're just not checking him. We're not being physical enough, I do feel. Schroeder the kick out to Watford, who tries his luck and is badly off from the outside. So the Magic lead by 10. And now Anthony the drive. The spin, the 2, that is a tough shot, and he's airballed it. Claxton saves it, and the Nets can cut it back down to single figures. Mikal still hasn't hit the scoreboard. He needs to score. Bro, what is he doing? Mikal, you need to fucking lift. Seriously, this is just pathetic. Bro, the Magic have 5 steals already. And we've got none. That really indicates the defensive work. Really. Wilson is ready to fire. He's been good. And he knocks down a 3. He cannot miss in the NBA. He is shooting lights out from the outside. The Nets have hit 5 3-pointers amazingly enough, even though they trail by 9. Don't understand how that works. Anthony, the kick out to Ingles. He will get it back. It is a kick ball. And the Nets will need to get these stops, man. Getting buckets on one end, but just... Bro, you're making Mo Wagner look good. He is not that good, I promise you. Wagner on the outside to the other Wagner, back to Franz, and now an illegal screen by Mo Wagner. A lot of Wagner action there. That is the second illegal screen committed by the Orlando Magic, or the second off-ball foul, really. So the Nets trail by 9. And now Schroeder will use the screen. Mikal is open top of the key. If you can't hit that, oh my god, bro. He is fucking pathetic from the outside, mate. Last 3 games, it's like there is a lid, and then underneath that lid, there is another lid on the rim. It is just impenetrable. You cannot... What the fuck? Claxton got completely discarded there. What are we doing? Watford's going to get it by half court. He's going to drive it on Anthony Black. Lost the ball. Got it back. Foul. Had to be, and he scores again. That is the second occasion he's been fouled on a layup attempt. That one was a little bit more fortunate, but he's been really, really good. For the most part, turnover aside. He lost the ball there. It actually went off Franz Wagner, so a little assist to himself there. A bit of luck, but... So 37-30, and Watford will go to the free throw line here. Walker's about to check in. Mikal has just been a walking liability on offense. It's actually embarrassing. Wilson will go to the bench. I don't really know why. It was probably either him or Watford, to be honest. So Watford makes the free throw, cuts it to 6. We need to absolutely capitalize on these stops. All these buckets we make on one end, you've got to convert that into a good defensive stop on the other side. Do not let the Magic get an easy score in the half court. Wagner will body bump Walker. That is too easy, bro. I don't know why Wilson is out of the game. He's just bossing it in there. I think you have to have Finney Smith in there if you want, or if you're going to come up against Wagner. Walker pulls up for 2. That's all short. And a rebound by Black. He'll get it ahead to Cole Anthony, who will drive the shot, and he doesn't get the bounce. Bro, this is just beyond laughable. How are you giving away these easy layups because you simply cannot be firm enough with the grip of the basketball? How many times are you going to do that? Oh my god, you're just gifting them easy points every time. When you don't have Cam Thomas, you can't afford this. Claxton takes it in, and how is that an offensive foul? How is that an offensive foul? I don't get it. Let's have a look. Are we going to challenge that? We're probably losing it. God, the fucking... The Nets, bro, today have just not been up to it. Not been up to scratch. And usually, the way they start is the way they'll end it. You know, they're not gonna... It's just like, we really should just... There's so many intangible things that we have been just trash on, to be quite honest. Yeah, it's pretty disappointing what we've displayed today so far, because this game is here for the taking. You can see the Magic are giving away a bunch of turnovers themselves and keeping us in this game, but we're just not good enough to capitalize at the moment. The Nets are shooting it well, like shooting 46% from the field, 42% from 3. You know, the Magic, though, are shooting 57% from the field. They've also had 10 points off turnovers to our 0, and they've also had 11 fast break points to 0. They've had 14 extra points in the paint, and they've also had 6 second chance points to 3. Well, they've also had 5 steals as well, which is really funding their points off turnovers and fast break points. So it's just been, that is the difference in the game at the moment. We just simply have not been good enough and well-versed what we want to do today. The energy is not there, and it's disappointing because we really should be far better than what we have been. Yes, it is the second night of a back-to-back, but it should be a given that you perform in the NBA. We're just, like, the Magic are not that good. I promise you they are not that good. But the problem is we just seem to be 15 times worse and only perform when we want to, which is apparently against the bottom 5 teams in the league, and that is it. So it is... Yeah, it's been a bit unacceptable the way we've played so far. If you are enjoying the stream, though, make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe as well if you are new. We'll be back for Nets versus the Hawks. There is 2 more games this week for the Nets, and both of them are against the Hawks. So a win today would really help us in closing the gap on them. But if not that, it'll be, well, those 2 games against the Hawks are incredibly important if you want to take yourself seriously. It's all good to have good players. If you don't perform, though, if you don't just bring the energy, yeah, it's not good enough. It's just not good enough. You're not going to win games like this. You can outplay someone, even if you're shorthanded for talent, or even if you don't match up well talent-wise. The work rate is going to beat out every single time. So we win the challenge. Clax has a couple free throws here. He has not taken free throws in a game for quite some time. For a long time, actually. So Clax at the line makes the first. Very nice looking free throw. So a 9-point lead. The silver lining is it is only a 9-point deficit for the Magic. Or lead for the Magic. 9-point deficit for us. And if Claxton makes this free throw, which he does, it's down to 8. So, look, we get to this point every time. It's hovering at an 8-point margin. You have got to get stops on this side. And it looks like we're employing a bit of zone here. Schroeder is back in. Wagner. Mo Wagner in the middle. Cole Anthony the drive. That's too easy as well. Lonnie Walker just getting bypassed fairly easily. So 8:26 to play in the second quarter. The Magic lead 41-33. They did lead by 8 at the first change. So it has been, well, all square in this second quarter. Wagner on the perimeter. The drive. Claxton can't block that either. And another score for Mo Wagner or Franz. He's just cooking. It's the same shit every possession. He just lays it up every time. Schroeder the drive. Goes downhill. Scores the layup. Well played. So Schroeder the first net to score 10. Ingles cross court. Now Mo Wagner in the middle. Across to Anthony Black. Mo Wagner gets it back at the edge of the paint. He misses. Rebound by Claxton. And Dennis Schroeder will facilitate the offense. Here we go. Do not turn it over. Or put up a bad shot. Claxton, 1-2. No. Claxton, hand off to Walker. Drive. Layup. Goes vertical. It's a wild miss. Anthony Black gets the rebound. It nearly got away from him. And now Anthony in transition. Ingles. They're looking for Franz Wagner. Johnson picking him up there. Good read by Walker. They were looking for Mo Wagner under the basket. Bridges in transition. The moving 3. Oh, Mikal is just stinking it up, bro. He cannot make a shot. How many times, bro, are you going to miss a 3-pointer? Far out. Anthony the drive and kick. Wagner in the corner. Will drive on Schroeder. Body bump. Too easy. Mikal Bridges is just killing us at the moment. He is just as bad as DSJ at the moment. I mean, he's going to hit one at some point, but he has just been dog water from 3-point range. Schroeder, another good response. So he's been very, very efficient. But stops on this end are pretty hard to come by. And when we do get the stop, we're not really capitalizing. Walker nearly got the steal. We didn't get the steal. Anthony hits the 3. The contrast between what could have been and what eventuated. 48-37. Schroeder on the outside. Mikal gets it here in the post. He's got Anthony on him. Claxton in the middle. No contest by Mo. And we have a timeout here. That's too easy. And I don't imagine Jamal Mosley will be too happy about that one either. The Nets trail by 9. It has just sat at this deficit basically for the best part of a quarter and a bit. So we can't get over the hump. And also the Magic cannot reinforce their lead one bit whatsoever. So, yeah, it's pretty stubborn, if we're being honest. So, the Nets trail by 9. The box score goes as follows. So, Schroeder's got 12. Very, very good by him. Mikal Bridges has just been shockingly poor today. 2 boards, 1 assist. That is it. He's taken the second most shots, and he's been trash. Lonnie Walker also in the mix for being a liability. Amazingly enough, Dennis Smith Jr. has actually not been that bad when you put Lonnie Walker and Mikal Bridges in the same conversation. DSJ's got 3 points and 4 dimes. The Nets are not shooting it too well from 3, but the only reason for that is because Mikal is absolutely, well, chucking up bricks for fun. We still are shooting the ball pretty well, though. The 5 turnovers are hurting us a little bit. The Magic have had 3 extra shots. The reason they lead, even for the lack of threes they've attempted after a very, very trigger-happy start from out there, it's just been far too easy on the interior. I mean, they're shooting 16 of 23 inside the arc. They're shooting nearly 60% as a team. And Franz Wagner has really gotten his way. He scored 12 points. Cole Anthony's got 7. Mo Wagner's got 8. And yeah, there really hasn't been a point of weakness for them, even though, you know, their team's not very gifted or talented, to be honest. No shots fired or intended to be fired. But, you know, they're not the most gifted team on paper. You look at this team going into the match and you're like, well, this team is vulnerable in a lot of areas and you should be able to exploit that. But we just have not brought the energy required on the defensive side. On the offensive side, it hasn't been too bad. But Mikal Bridges has had a lot of good looks. He needs to just start driving it, to be honest. The voice crack was crazy, but he needs to start driving it. It is just it's a bit shocking how bad he's shooting it from 3. He went 1 of 11 2 games ago. He's gone 1 of 7 in the last game yesterday. And today he's backed it up shooting 0 of 4 from downtown. So he just cannot make a 3 for dear life. And it's even worse when that's the only sort of shot he's taking. So Schroeder's got 12, clear number 1 for the Nets in this game. It would be great if we could actually get a stop. I don't back this team to play zone. Mikal's gone to the bench. Finney Smith is back in. Kick out to the corner. Good rollover. Now Wagner's picked up by Dennis Schroeder on the outside. Drive. Oh my God, bro. You've got to not foul there. Dayron came over with the help. So 6 seconds to shoot and we've just committed a foul. Cannot get stops on this side. Done a good job of keeping him off the free throw line, but really, you've got to... I would rather you make him earn it at the free throw line than just give him easy layups like we have been. So, 2 shots here for Franz Wagner. And the first free throw is good. They've been basically flawless from that part. So, Orlando can get it back up to 11, which they do. They crack 51st, and it has come in a very, very early time in the second quarter. Schroeder. Johnson. Back to Dennis. Pulls the trigger on a 3. That one's off. Good board there by the Magic. Got to get a stop here, man. How many times do I have to say it? It is too easy. Way too easy. I don't like these matchups, man. Wagner on the outside, the screen and switch. Finney Smith, I do like this matchup. Gets into the paint. Wagner. Pass deflected. Finney Smith with the steal. There you go. Now capitalize in transition. Finney Smith. Walker. Screen by Sharp. Not really used. Walker pulls up for 3. That has to be a foul. Oh my God. I'm pretty sure he went into the landing room, but I didn't get the full picture. So another miss there for the Nets. Black, pass misdirected. Dayron with the steal. So a couple of steals here. You got to move it quickly, though. Schroeder will be the assertive presence, but he lost the ball. stripped by, I think it was Black, and Suggs in transition blows the layup, board by Finney-Smith. So a few stops here. We've got the numbers. Johnson into the paint. Layup is good, and he cuts it back down to single figures. 4:19 to play in the second quarter. Magic up 9. Bridges, and why is Dennis getting ready to check in with Claxton? For fuck's sake. What? A defensive 3-second call for what? Cam Johnson is guarding Carter in the paint. Or he's right there. That just doesn't make any sense. Who the fuck committed the defensive 3? That doesn't make any sense to me, to be honest. 10-point lead. So 51-41, Magic have possession here. Fultz checks back in. Houston checks back in. For the Nets, it's DSJ and Mikal checking in with Claxton. So it's those three, Finney-Smith and Johnson. So the starting 5, except Schroeder out, DSJ in. Suggs looking for the roller. Wasn't able to get it there. Fultz backs down Dennis. Tough shot off the glass. How the fuck has he made that? 53-41. 3:50 to play opening half. Mikal on the wraparound. Lost the ball. Got it back. Kick out to Dennis Smith. And this is the problem. You can just give all this space up. He shoots the 3 and he misses. We're just going to get killed if you keep playing this guy. Like, you could have Wilson in the game or Watford if you really want at the point. This is just fucking trash. There's an illegal screen. And Suggs just scored off the window again from the mid-range. That's when you know they're on. They're making bullshit shots like that. I tell you, if they're playing the Miami Heat, they're just not making those. So 3:23 to play. We need to go on a late quarter run. Turn the tide. Johnson, that is a terrible pass. That is just a terrible pass by DSJ. Didn't get enough bounce there at all. Or didn't get enough power on that pass. Suggs has got 3 personals. It's a foul that he picked up trying to get over the Claxton screen. Instead of an offensive foul, it's been deemed a foul the other way. Yeah, that is definitely a foul on Suggs. The wrap-up is pretty clear. So the Nets will inbound through Bridges, and now Claxton to Mikal again. The drive, the spin. Open man in the corner is Dennis Smith Jr. again. Oh my God, bro. He is trash. He is so fucking garbage, bro. Why is he on the court? You have so many options. You need to close out the half on a positive note, and you're playing DSJ. He's just fucking up the offense every time. A lot of cutters here for the Magic, but no daylight for the pass. Wagner, good rotation. 2 to shoot. 1 to shoot. Lost the ball. What the hell, man? Oh my God, Mikal, you fucking idiot. Why would you commit a foul there? That's just poor. That is so poor. I mean, you had 2 seconds to work with. Someone has to yell out, you got 2 seconds. Such a frustrating game, because you look at the way we're playing, we should really be down by about half this deficit. So much that we've done that is just easily preventable. 41 damn points. This is what you need a Cam Thomas for, ladies and gents. DSJ, bro. I don't know why the fuck he's playing. Watford, Wilson. I would have rather both. Either or. Johnson on the perimeter. He's going to drive it. Layup is off. Houston in transition to the corner for Harris. They're going to look to try feed the man in the post. Wasn't on offer. Wagner. Screen. Roll. lost the ball, and it'll be Nets ball with 2:11 to play in this opening half. So 55-41, 8 turnovers to 7. The Magic have been far better capitalizing on those turnovers and really running the break. The Nets, Bridges, into the paint, the kick out to DSJ, back out to Mikal, the drive, Dennis, Johnson, open three, it's short. The board, oh my God. And this is what, bro, yesterday we were knocking down wide open threes. Today we're not. It's just like the second night of a back-to-back fatigue, maybe. Easy cut. That is fucking trash. But a good block there, I think, by Finney-Smith. And now DSJ the other way. We'll hand it to Finney-Smith, who will get by the closeout. Layup is off. You're kidding me. You are kidding me. How the fuck does that not go in? So, Nets trail still. Ben Simmons is so important. You're missing arguably your two most important players. And Mikal still has not scored a point in this game. This is the other issue. He gets into the paint and gets blocked. My goodness, what a rough half for Mikal. Lost by Markelle Fultz. Finney-Smith gets the stop. In transition, can he get the transition three? Yes, he can. Capitalize on that defense and lead it to offense. Well done. That's our first 3 points off turnovers. Before that point, the Magic had scored 15 of the 15 points off turnovers in this game. All 15. So Fultz on the outside. He's picked up by Cam Johnson. The switch. 2 to shoot. 1 to shoot. Do not concede the bucket. It's off. Rebound by Claxton. So 2 for 1 executed there. What is Claxton doing? What is he doing? Oh my God, that is so brain dead. You don't even have the need to rush. Oh my God, you could have just waited. That is fucking stupid. What the fuck is that, Clax? That is just terrible IQ. Terrible decision making there. Cam Johnson out for Jalen Wilson for the final 26 seconds of the first half. Why the hell would he even think to take that? Like, there was no point to rush that early in the clock. Knocked away by Claxton. Harris has to fetch it in the backcourt. There's a 2-second difference between shot and game. Harris, drive and kick. Houston 3. That is a tough shot. How has he made that? He's just not about that. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Lost the ball. What the hell was that? That actually grinds my gears. That is the most frustrating first half I've seen since probably 3 games ago, which is that saying a lot? I don't think so. But, mate, 14 points down. We've been fucking rubbish. The rotations have not been great. Understandably, with Cam Thomas out and Ben Simmons out, it's going to give more minutes to the blokes we don't want to get minutes. But Wilson and Watford need to play more. I'm sorry. It's just the first half. I mean, you're not going to win too many games playing like this, right? So, look, we only actually... Well, we scored 19 points in the second quarter. The reason we are trailing by 14... Well, the Magic only scored 25 in that quarter, so I don't even know how that's actually happened, to be honest. But we really should be even on points in that first half, or after that first half. Sorry, should I say after that second quarter. We should have 25. It's just like, so much shit we've done, just brain dead. The amount of turnovers we've conceded, it's been a very choppy sort of game. 17 points for Wagner and he's only taken 8 shots. I mean, that really speaks volumes about how easy it's been for him. The Magic shoot 56% from the field. They have hit all of their free throws, shooting the 3 well. The 8 turnovers are keeping us alive, but the fact that we've committed 9 is getting us out of the game. The 3-pointers, we started well. We were like 5 of 11. We've made 1 of our last 7. And we're shooting now very below average shooting splits. The assist number only at 10. That's another issue. So, yeah, I really don't know what to tell you. I mean, for those people saying Cam Thomas doesn't share the ball around, this is probably an indicator of what he does to your offense. Makes it a lot easier. As far as minute allocations go, Mikal's played the most minutes. He's played 19 minutes. On the second night of a back-to-back, him and Lonnie Walker, who has played the most minutes for any player off the bench, they have combined for 0 of 11 shooting and are 0 of 6 from 3. You remove those two from the mix, and the Nets are shooting 17 of 30 and 6 of 12 from 3. If those two could have actually scored the ball at an adequate rate for the shots they're taking, even if Lonnie Walker makes 2 and Mikal makes 3, then you're within probably 2 possessions of the lead. But unfortunately, we just have not gotten that sort of service from those two, and they're really letting us down. They're letting us down big time. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe as well if you are new. We'll be back for Nets versus the Hawks in a couple of days' time, so make sure to tune in for that. Right now, though, I mean, Schroeder's the only guy in double figures for the Nets. We have not nearly gotten the output we got yesterday from our starters. Yeah, work needs to be done on this side. On the defensive side, on the offensive side, it's fallen off a cliff. We've actually had more shots than the Magic, which is surprising, but leaving a lot on the table with the rebound game where we're getting out rebounded by 7. Mikal just needs to lift in the second half. We cannot have this guy play 19 minutes and not score 1 point. It's just not good enough. DSJ is a net negative. I mean, you have to play Watford and Wilson. I don't understand how they only get 5 minutes and a half of basketball. Play Watford as the backup point guard and play Jalen Wilson as the backup 4. It just doesn't make sense to me what sort of lineups we're putting out. If you play Watford, you could see every time, like, sort of playing a little bit similarly to Ben Simmons in a lot of ways. As a point guard, he's like a 4 on defense, but he's a point guard. On the offensive side, he's very composed on the ball. We've turned the ball over a lot in the first half, so we need an assured sort of head. Even though he's committed 2 turnovers. But he's taken it inside. He has gotten 2-and-1 opportunities simply by taking it in. It doesn't feel like we've gotten as much of a balance as we did yesterday from the field. 18 threes already attempted and only the 23 shots outside of that. So, a few too many threes for my liking for the rate we're scoring them at. And look, it's probably better off that Mikal just doesn't attempt another 3. He needs to take it inside, but the Magic are really doing a good job of forcing the drive and kick, which is why you cannot have DSJ on the court. You just can't. Who is my favorite player? God. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Trying to find my favorite player. I mean, I like Claxton, but he just fucking does my head in sometimes with the decisions he makes. I honestly think if Jalen Wilson got more time, he would be my favorite player, to be honest. He does everything right. Very rarely does something wrong. Defensively is a little bit of a liability, but quite frankly, I don't think he would do much worse than half the players on our team. But yeah, I don't know. But you can just see the difference in basically everything. They are killing us in every category, bar the threes, which we are taking far too many of to start with. So yeah, that is the problem. I mean, granted, there is a lot of problems. I can tell you who is not. How'd you know? How did you know? Royce O'Neal, DSJ. I'm trying to think of the Hall of Fame of players that I don't like. The Hall of Fame of players I don't like. James Johnson, TLC. Yeah, James Johnson, TLC. Royce O'Neal pissed me off. DSJ. There's definitely another one or two that I just can't remember. Trying to think. Yeah, I don't remember. You know what? I need to actually go back. Let's go back to the. I just want to see the 2018-19 Nets roster because I remember there were a couple of players that grinded my gears. Spencer Dinwiddie, when he was on that team in the 2018-19 season, did my head in. I have no idea why I've searched the 2018-19 Nets roster and it's come up with Nic Claxton's Wikipedia page. It's a bit random. Trying to think of unlikable players on that team. Jared Dudley may have pissed me off at stages. D'Lo, I remember D'Lo and Dinwiddie when they were chucking up shots and they weren't making them. It was some of the toughest watching I had to endure. I remember a game we played against the Philadelphia 76ers. Yeah. Where we played them, it was like, I remember watching this game at school, I think. And in the first three quarters, so like first half, yeah, so we were up 13 at three-quarter time. We had scored 32 plus points in every quarter for the first three. And then in the last quarter, we got outscored 38-23. But we were up 13. We were up 13 points going into the final 5 minutes or something, and we just completely fell apart. In the fourth quarter, Jimmy Butler did not miss. He had 18 points and shot 7 of 7 from 3. He played the entire last quarter. And Ben Simmons played 9 minutes but did not shoot a field goal. So their starters cooked. Redick had 7. Embiid had 11. He didn't miss either. So they shot 78% from the field in the last quarter and 83% from 3. And the Nets still shot 50% from the field and 43% from 3 and lost. Got outscored by 15. D'Lo scored 9. Dinwiddie scored 7. Committed 4 turnovers. I think we just literally could not stop them. Yeah. That was a crazy game, that one. They're leaving DSJ wide open. This is what I keep saying. It's just not tenable. It's like you can't play him at all. If you're playing Claxton, maybe if you're playing Ben at the 5, even still, not really, you can't. You need a lot of floor spaces in the modern NBA. You cannot just, like, how many times will we drive it? Like, Mikal is getting closed off every single time. It's easy for them to cover because they know that if they double Mikal, collapse the paint on him, he's going to kick it out. And to who? Dennis Smith Jr. in the corner, who cannot hit threes for his life. And for that matter, he can't even hit layups or score layups. So good to see we're back to where we belong, being shit. I do remember, though, in that 2018-19 season, the players-only meeting, because we continued game after game to choke games. There was a game against Memphis, and there was another game against Oklahoma City. I remember these two games vividly. I remember where I was, what I was doing. We were up this was a double overtime game, I think. And I think in the last quarter, we outscored them, but I remember the exactly how the last few minutes went. I think we were up 7 with 30 seconds to play. And then Jaren Jackson just went completely bananas in the final few minutes. Like, their Memphis team, they had fucking Marshawn Brooks play 2 minutes. Shelvin Mack play 9 minutes. Oh, sorry, half 2. They had Garrett Temple start. They had, like, Chandler Parsons on their team. Like, Jaren Jackson just went completely bananas in that game. I will remember that. And it was just like a bunch of turnovers. Like, we conceded, we were up 7 points with 30 seconds left, and we lost. I remember us choking that lead. It was embarrassing, to be honest. Yeah. Pretty embarrassing, I have to say. Jackson had 36 in the game. Conley had 37. And then the Nets had 26 from Russell. Napier had 18. Carroll had 21 and 12. Jared Allen had 15 and 12. And then the other game was the Thunder game. I remember that game as well because, well, Paul George scored 47 and we got outscored by 20 in the last quarter and lost the game. I remember we were under control. It was all happy days. And then in the last quarter, Paul George scored 25 points and hit 4 3-pointers. And outscored our whole team. I couldn't believe my eyes what I had seen. They got like we had 4 rebounds in the last quarter of that game, which is crazy to think, right? But then I do remember the turning point as well, which was the game we played against the Toronto Raptors. It was a stacked Toronto team. It had Kawhi Leonard on it. And then I remember in the last quarter, it was just an absolute grind. Looking at it now, 19-18 in the last quarter. And Kawhi Leonard was well held in that last quarter, to be honest. They shot 6 of 18 from the field. We shot 7 of 20. Spencer Dinwiddie scored 8 points. And in the overtime period, we won by 1. Kawhi scored all 7 for them, and D'Lo scored 6 for us. And that was the first game that marked a complete turnaround because we just went on a ridiculous win streak. We went on like an 8-game win streak or a 7-game win streak. Then we went on a 6-game win streak in January. Then a 4-game win streak. So we didn't really go on a big losing streak for the rest of the season after losing 8 in a row. If you are enjoying this stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new. We'll be back for Nets Atlanta in a couple of days, and then a couple of days after that for another game against the Hawks. Then we play Memphis, the 76ers, and then the Pistons. So a good run of games here to win. Obviously, Embiid is not playing for Philly right now, so all those games on the schedule are winnable, including this one, but we have to absolutely bring the heat in the second half. Like, there needed to be a proper talk being had at the half. It's going to start there. The effort and work rate needs to be there from minute 1 of this second half. Because there has not been enough of a conscious effort to stop them defensively. And it's not helping us on the offensive side. Barely any fast break points. Not enough stops. Been too easy. Carter scores an easy 2. So there you go. Exhibit A of how easy it's been. They just get into their spots. Short pull-ups. Easy. Schroeder, Claxton, Mikal on the outside. Bounce pass to Schroeder. Gets by Suggs. And I don't know how he wasn't fouled there because he's completely airballed the shit out of that. Gary Harris, the 3. Oh my God. They are just not... Immediately, it's a timeout. It's just fucking pathetic. That is rubbish. Straight out of the fucking halftime break. Just shit. It's just, I can't believe it, mate. Not easy at all. Or not difficult at all. The Magic are not that good. I continue to say this, but we are just... Every single time we play into our weakness... Like, it goes one of two ways. You shoot the ball well and play well offensively, and we'll get all these fast break points because defensively we'll hold up. We don't bring the heat, and we're going to be giving away fast break opportunities as we have been, points off turnovers, and as a result, we're playing more half-court offense. So 5 early points for the Magic. I mean, they've actually scored 7 because they scored the last 8. 8. The last 8 points because they were up 11. We had it at about 9 or 10 points for a while, but we're just fucking stinking it up again. And this is the problem, right? Is there ever going to be a game that we play where we're not getting smoked? Like, every loss, it seems, has been an absolute calamity. Like, we've been blown out in so many games recently, it's just not funny anymore. It's just not funny. 63-44. Like, the effort's the problem here. The effort is really the problem, step one. Defensively, we are turnstiles on defense. It is just, I don't understand it. Really don't understand it. I honestly couldn't live with being this shit as well. Like, you got to be better than that. So, oh, goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Well, I mean, we've come back from this deficit before at this venue, and it was that season that I was talking about at the half, 2018-19 season. Yeah, where D'Lo just went completely ballistic in the last quarter, but I don't expect that sort of resolve in this game. We're going to have to start it now. Doesn't look like we're going to, though, at all. So down 19 damn points. I don't know what was said in the locker room at the half, but it obviously did not get through to the players. Johnson on the perimeter, the driving kick. Schroeder, corner 3. Yes. So Schroeder has been a very much a shining light for this team. He definitely can hold his head up high for the performance that he's delivered. Even for only the 47 points we've scored, he has been, clearly the best player on offense for the Nets. Not enough supporting cast helping out. Wagner in the mid-range, it's just, that isn't even a good percentage look. And he's still knocking it down. It's just ridiculous. Every time. Johnson, the wraparound. Lob. Turnover. Wagner in transition. Got cleaned up, did Cam Johnson on the screen. And another three-pointer, bro. God, this is fucking pathetic. Bridges, pump fake, shoots a mid-range, misses that. The rebound by Claxton. He's going to back down Carter and miss. Get his own miss, and he was fouled. He probably should have taken it with 2 hands and not chucked one up. But it'll be free throws here. What a fucking terrible start. 10-3 run. There's just no ruthlessness with what this team are doing. I don't get it. I don't understand. I just don't understand defensively how we're so fucking trash. It's all in the work rate. It is just fucking awful. Seriously, man. It's just not acceptable at all. Second free throw for Clax. It's off. We get the offensive board, though. Finney Smith. Oh, my God, bro. How many turnovers, bro? It's so fucking easy to pass a damn basketball, mate. Bridges in transition. I swear, if you blow the layup, thank fuck he scored that. And he's going to get free throws as well. Jesus Christ. Far out. Mikal at least turning defense to offense on this occasion because he's done fuck all today. So Mikal's first bucket in 8 tries, I think. Oh my God. There is no words to describe Mikal on free throws. How is this team so bad at the free throw line? I don't get it. Everything is shit. Suggs has Schroeder on the back shoulder. The switch. Schroeder picking up Wagner here. The drive. It's too easy again. What the hell is this breakdown, bro? You can't fucking coach this. You can't coach this. That's just pathetic. Mikal, that's deflected out of bounds. Like, how many times this season have we seen a pass like that from the opposition and the Nets are nowhere nearly assertive to actually try read the pass? They just let the pass go through. Mikal into the paint, the layup, he scores again, and good to see Mikal actually decide he wants to score the basketball now. You got to get stops, for fuck's sake. It like all day, it just, there has been zero resistance on this side. It's just been too easy every time. Suggs, oh my God. Can you actually call a challenge on that? That is not a foul. I really don't know what you want Cam Johnson to do there. Both arms up. Where is the foul in that? That's why I enjoyed the win last night. Do not discredit the win against Memphis because those wins are few and far between. And quite frankly, it probably indicates the level we're on. So Wilson's going to check in at the 8:33 mark for Finney-Smith. Interesting call because, I mean, we have not seen this yet under Kevin Ollie. So Suggs at the line will convert the second. It's pretty embarrassing, though. They don't have Banchero, and we look this rubbish. Schroeder, Johnson, open three. It's a great screen, but if you can't knock down those threes, best believe you ain't getting back into this game. Harris on the perimeter, back to Wagner. The switch, too easy again. There's just no work done on this side of the damn ball. How many shots? They've already scored 16 in 4 minutes. What the hell, man? I don't even know if I can watch this anymore, to be honest. This team is hot garbage. How is that an offensive foul? I don't get it. Look at this. That is absolutely embarrassing. From an inbounds, they take it the length of the floor. 3 seconds it takes. That is just pathetic. Down 25 fucking points. What a joke. And Mikal can't hit another three that couldn't be any more wide open. This is just pathetic. There's no other way to describe it, to be honest. I don't know why I keep watching this team, to be honest. They are fucking god-awful, mate. We need another ball handler like Mitchell. We need players that are simply better than this. Bro, they are fucking cooking, and they don't even have their best player on the team. This is embarrassing, bro. Every trip to the other end they're scoring. They've scored 20 points in 5 minutes. You were down 14 at halftime. That should have been an indicator to fucking wake up. Another turnover. Fucking pathetic. And this fucking does my head in, right? And I'm swearing like crazy, but this is a joke. You're telling me that they don't have their best player. This is the Orlando Magic we're talking about. This isn't the Milwaukee Bucks where they've got a supporting cast. Or this isn't like the Denver Nuggets where if they don't have Jokic, they have Murray, Gordon, and Porter. It's not that. The Orlando Magic, who have Franz Wagner, and that is it. Bro, when Suggs threw it down, Claxton was talking to the referee. That sums it up. Your head isn't even in the fucking game. You have to wake up. What is this, bro? I don't understand how this team can take themselves seriously and actually think they're going to be competitive when every single loss, they get smoked. Like, I can't even get sort of excited in games like this because of the fact that they just don't rock up in games that they lose. It is so clear a disparity. Look, we got the Hawks, we got the Grizzlies again. It's actually like there is no other team in the NBA where there's capability to win by 25 one night and then lose by 25 the next. Yep, this is exactly what we're saying. How is the team this rubbish immediately? I promise you Orlando are not this good. Walker's got a wide open three and it is knocked down. Like, and watch, they're going to bring on Dennis Smith Jr. because they think he's the barometer. He's not. Open corner three for Fultz. It feels like we're happy to give those away. Dayron with the board. The Nets, bro, I mean, just make it look respectable for starters. That had to be a foul, and it is. Just make it look respectable, for God's sake. Down 24, that is just embarrassing. How many times do I have to say embarrassing? People saying that this team are back yesterday. I didn't buy into it. I just said you can't discredit us for the win yesterday because it's actually probably a miracle we won by 25. We actually had to play well, which is not easy for this team, in order to win by 25. That's why I gave him credit. Schroeder, what the fuck, man? Another shot clock violation. Mate, this is just... Oh my goodness. Please tell me that Lonnie Walker 3 has not been chalked off. Please tell me it didn't get chalked off. I've taken the headset off. That's when you know I'm resigned to the fact we've lost this game. Wagner's going to cook here. He's got Dayron on him. He shoots a step back three and he airballs it. So maybe I should probably say they're going to keep scoring the ball because if I do, they will not make the shot. We got 5 minutes left in this quarter. Walker goes to the bench. Watford checks in. Schroeder goes to the bench, which means Dennis is going to probably check in. No, he's not going to check in. That is surprising. JV learnt. He's playing Watford at the point, and Watford immediately scores. I said this at halftime. I said this shit at halftime. If you play Watford at the point, it adds a completely different dynamic because it's a bloke who's like 6'6". You know, Fultz, that is too easy by Dayron. Allows Fultz under the basket. You got to box out. How on earth have they saved that? That sums it up for me. Players that can't box out. Well, Watford on that in that case can't box out. And then Watford saves it and knocks it off Dayron. Can't make this shit up. Wagner on the outside. It's going the other way. Turnover. The Nets have scored the last 5 points. Please make inroads right now. We need to just go on like a blistering 12-0 run in the next like 3 minutes or something. String together a couple of open play turnovers. Walker, mid-range is off. Dayron, oh my God, bro. You're standing on the sideline and you've tried to save the ball. You like took 15 steps on the sideline. So another possession that falls flat for the Nets. Another 56 points. Another game where we're probably going to score 90 in the entire game. Cam Thomas going out really hurt this team. Because there's been so many possessions today. We've needed a player like him. Ready to fire was Harris. It's off. So we've gotten a few stops. Cam Johnson needs to push it, mate. Drive. Watford. Off the window, it rims out. Watford gets his own miss. Misses another push shot. Dayron can't get the board. I mean, right shots, wrong execution. I mean, we've had plenty of chances to cut into this deficit, but timeout's going to be called by the Magic. They have not actually scored a field goal in 3 minutes, yet we've only scored 5 points, really, to make the inroads. Kevin Ollie is talking to Watford here. Hopefully, I think, giving him a little bit of kicker. Because, or ticker. Because he's done some nice things when he's been on the court. Throw away that hat. Well, if it wasn't exposing... Well, the haircut gets killed by the cap. Because I wear the cap for too long. Honestly, I may just have to, like, pledge my allegiance to another team and maybe the Nets will come good again. Maybe I'll support the opposition every single time. Like, for example, the Nets are playing the Hawks. I'll root for the Hawks. I'll change the branding. I'll say this is a Hawks watch party. And hopefully the Nets will actually decide to wake up when I'm rooting for the opposition. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. I don't know why you would want to tune into these games. You're an absolute legend if you do. Because, mate, this team, bro, is just like... It's an active chore to watch this team play these days. Or at least for this portion of time. I like this group out there, even though the game is over pretty much. Well, the game's not over, but the fact that we are playing the second night of a back-to-back and we've gone out and scored 12 points in the third quarter probably doesn't give me much optimism to come back from a 22-point deficit. Mikal scored only 4 points in the damn game. In a game where you don't have Cam Thomas, that is just a fucking terrible effort, to be quite honest with you. It really is. So, alrighty. This is the Cam Thomas difference here. We're 3 games behind the Hawks. If we won and the Hawks lost, we're within 2 games. And then if we beat the Hawks twice, we basically are on level pegging with them. But the problem is we're down 22 right now. So all that theory completely falls flat when you don't even get past the first hurdle. So we're probably going to drop to the 12 seed, to be honest, because the Raptors are half a game behind us. Wagner the drive. Layup is off. Rebound by Sharp. We are doing a good job of getting stops now. You need to push it, Trendon. Gets into the paint. The kick out. Oh my God. Only this team can look so fucking dead on offense. Even when you get stops, you can't score in transition. It is so pathetic. No Ben, no Cam Thomas, no Party. Fultz into the paint. Hangs, easy score. And we also got 3 points chalked off, which is just fucking excellent news, isn't it? Just excellent news. Watford. God, honestly, you could put me out there and I would fit right in. Wilson for 3. He's off. The board by Sharp. Body bump. Layup is good. This is tough. The Magic have gone at 60% from the field. What the hell is that shit? %60 from the field. We have gone at 27%. How on earth does Sean Marks have the audacity to say this team can compete? If you don't have a team that can compete without Ben Simmons and Cam Thomas, then your team isn't good. I'm sorry. That's like going to the Washington Wizards and stripping them of, Kyle Kuzma or some shit, or Denny Avdia, and I'm not even going to put Jordan Poole in that conversation because he's not that good. But let's say because he's on big money and he doesn't do much with that money, let's say Jordan Poole. Avdia and Jordan Poole. Let's say you don't have both of those players for the Wizards. That is basically what this team sort of looks like. But even still, Mikal Bridges. Bro, Watford losing the ball off a layup. God. This is so rough. We've had 17 turnovers. My goodness. That is just... We've got 14 minutes. I may actually pretend I'm watching this game and put another game on. Is there a way to do split screen? I'm not even joking. I may actually do split screen. I'm not even joking. I'm going to do it. I can't actually watch this team. I'm going to have it as a split view, but I cannot. I actually can't deal with this shit. This is actually, I've never ever done this. The Hawks are beating the Jazz. That is also excellent news. Let's put on Dallas, Cleveland alongside. Fucking hell, this is just embarrassing. Only this team can win by 25 and lose by 25 the next day. Fucking hell, this is shit. Bro, honestly, I could create a team. I honestly could create a local team. And I feel like we could put up just as good a fight as this. Two-pointer by Anthony is good as well. God, this is embarrassing, dude. Add a game from score strip. How do I do that? Okay, add video. There we go. 3 by Mikal is off target. Rebound for the Magic. Fultz the spin. The layup is good as well. This is so poor. Johnson makes a layup. Bro, I'm so dejected. It's like I'm watching garbage time before it's even fucking begun. Deep 3 by Anthony is off. Board by Schroeder. How fucking pathetic is this? This team is just shit. How can you score 59 points in a quarter to a Magic team without Banchero? Mikal's hit the side of the backboard. I'm fucking done. This is just fucking trash, bro. This is so pathetic. Like, we haven't even had a bad, like, an extremely off the charts bad defensive quarter. We've just been that abysmal on offense, like it's unmatched. Like we somehow made it worse. We've scored 34 points in the middle two quarters, which is basically what the Magic scored in the entire first quarter. Like, bro, that is just fucking shocking. I don't know how 21 of you are here, and I thank you for being here. Make sure to drop a like. Probably more out of sympathy than anything, and subscribe if you are new, if you want to see these streams more so for therapy purposes. If you want to chat with someone that is sharing in your suffering, well, this is the place to be. This is the place to be, ladies and gents. Because quite frankly, I'm experiencing the exact same thing as you are, except you're probably... Look, if you're only watching this and you're like, yeah, you're only watching the watch party and not the actual game, it's probably better off because you do not want to subject yourself to this rubbish. There has to be a players only meeting or something. Something has to inspire change. Well, the coaching change happened first, but you just got to do a hard reset with a ton of these players, man. The team really isn't that bad. It's not a great team. It's not terrible, though. Is this really the big... is this really how important Cam Thomas and Ben Simmons are? I would say so. Ben moves it with pace. And the spacing really works with him as a small ball five. And Cam Thomas, well, simply put, is just a walking bucket. 59 points in 3 quarters. That is just fucking terrible. I honestly, I don't even think Detroit or Washington are capable of that. No one here is fucking trying. No one is trying. No one. No one is trying. My God. So we've got a quarter to play. Wish me luck, because I may be on the floor contemplating my life choices at a certain point. The Nets lost the ball, and it is another fucking turnover. What a start to the last quarter, ladies and gents. It has actually gotten to the point, I've never done this on a stream in my life. Ever. I am watching another game beside the game that I'm covering. Because right now, I just cannot get behind this. Schroeder just lost his footing in transition. And that almost has to be a take foul, because I don't think the Orlando defender was actually playing the ball there. I think it was Cole Anthony who committed the foul. Bro, he's just fucking barged into him. That had to be a take foul. You know what's even worse? When you've got Schroeder, Bridges, Claxton all in the game, down 29 with 12 minutes to play. Is there being a challenge deemed here for a take foul? Don't think I've seen that before. More so, just share in the chat what your issue is right now. Or not that, but just vent. Vent. Say whatever you need to say to me. I actually... This may be the lowest point, I think. Orlando don't have Banchero. Mikal Bridges is fucking shooting shots off the side of the backboard on baseline jumpers. It's just embarrassing night after night. How can you wake up in the morning and think this is okay? This is look, I said that this comes down to multiple things in a video that I did where I said the Nets are in crisis. I did say it was a coaching issue. I also said it's an issue on multiple fronts, down to the players as high up as the front office. You know, accountability's got to be taken, and you have to accept the fact you're shit. You have to accept it. You have to confront what you've been doing wrong and change it. It's just not okay. I don't know if this team got complacent on the second night of a back-to-back, or I don't know really what I don't really know what was said. I don't know what the general mood was going into this game. But to be down by this much, this is just so embarrassing. It is unbelievable. To think that we beat the Magic by 20 earlier this year twice. Like, it all comes down to effort, first and foremost. The offense, we're not playing smart. There's just not enough offensive firepower on this team either. That is another fucking turnover. Bro, what are they doing on the court still? Take Mikal off. He's been shit. Johnson blows a layup. Bro, this is just pathetic. Every single player cannot score the fucking ball. They can't pass the ball. They can't play defense. So what can they do? They can sit on the bench and watch from the side because that's all they're capable of doing. They might as well put me on the bench and I would have the same level of talent as them. You watch me play basketball on an NBA court and you watch them play, and it's basically like looking in a mirror. You could see them through my performance. It's just embarrassing. Orlando has been good lately, though. They're going to the plane. Mate, they don't have Banchero. That is just like, he leads them in points, rebounds, and assists. We can't even fucking score a point. Oh my god, I've never seen a team this pathetic. It is actually embarrassing how far this team's fallen. How can you be proud of this? How can you think this is okay? Mikal's missed another 3. Oh my god. The first mistake was trading away all our first round picks again. I don't want to hear that, because what would you rather, the big 3 or this? We chased something that was on offer. It was there. It just looks bad in hindsight because it didn't actually eventuate into anything good. You know, what the Clippers are experiencing now is probably what we wish we were experiencing, an extended run for all 3 of those players. You can't put this on Ollie. It is, like, everything about it is just awful. Statements need to be made, but there's just no one that you can... You've got to play Wilson. You have to play Watford. I would actually rather see the rookies play than this. They are so fucking down on confidence, the starters. It's unbelievable. 59 fucking points in a game of basketball to this stage. Their whole season, generally speaking, they've been strong, yeah. If they get a new coach with more experience, they will be really good. But see, this is what I'm saying. Like, even with a new coach, I don't think they're becoming, like, world beaters. Like, they've got Mo Wagner playing off their bench and Joe Ingles with Fultz. Like, it's not an incredibly amazing sort of... It's not that amazing. At all. How's the bingo card looking today? R-rated? Yeah, it probably is, to be honest. Because, I mean, this is disgusting. If basketball, or if Gore took basketball form, this Nets game would be it. It is a bloodbath. That's what it is. This is just pathetic. The front office has given up. Well, I mean, how can they give up when they didn't even try? It's just like there is a bunch of players here. Like I'm surprised because a lot of these players have like they're playing for contracts, you know? Like they're on 1-year deals. They're on 1-year deals, and yet this is the shit they're showing. Like the amount of steals for the Magic. I have not seen a Nets team as feisty. Look at this on the back, out the back, backdoor cut in acres of space. No one awake. Easy foul call for the officials. This is just, oh my god. It's only his 4th game, though. We're on a downward spiral for a long time. It's going to take time and a number of things to turn things around. That's what I was saying when JV got fired. I said this is the start. Voice crack. I said this was the start, but what I said this was one move that needed to be made of many. But what I did also say was that I hope, and I'm holding out for, it's not a given, it's not a guarantee, but I was hoping that Kevin Ollie would be able to turn this team into a team that is more competitive. But in every single loss, bar maybe the Minnesota game until the final few minutes, this team has been lacking the cutting edge. Just been absolutely atrocious. Got smoked against Toronto, who are supposed to be on our level. Orlando was similar on our level as well, and yet same shit as well. Also equally on our level, record-wise. Yeah. It's shocking, mate. The quicker that we can commit to a rebuild, the better. I don't know which direction this team is going. I fucking swear to God, if they go for like Donovan Mitchell, that is not going to change anything. I mean, it's going to start with the coach having a full off season. It really didn't help when JV is consistently saying that he doesn't, like, this team barely practices. That's incredibly problematic to me because that just set the tone for your whole season. When you don't have, like, you need to have resolve about you, and when you don't have that resolve and you don't apply adjustments to your game, this is what's going to happen. Just long tenured periods of struggle. The players really need a players only meeting. These losses cannot continue to happen as abysmally and as embarrassingly as they are. My God. Look at what superstars said about the Nets when they saw KD and Kyrie got traded. They don't respect the Nets org and won't come here. Well, yeah, they fumbled it, man. They really fumbled it. Really fumbled it. It looks like we just got hit with a flagrant foul. Far out. Oh, there have been, like, in the past few seasons, there have been plenty of seasons where I have looked forward to, or have, like, I've been holding out for Nets basketball. Yeah, I've been holding out for Nets basketball for quite some time in the off season. But fair to say, when game 82 rolls around, I don't think I'm gonna be too upset that the season is over. The quicker we don't, like, I actually don't want us to make the play-in because I just cannot be asked getting humiliated on national TV. I really can't. This is so bad. Oh my God. They're actually making fools out of us. Oh my God. Nearly got pickpocketed on a fucking offensive rebound again. I've got the Cavaliers Mavericks game on the other side. Thank God. Bro, the Washington Wizards are playing Golden State with their full team and are putting up a better fight than us. At least they have offense, bro. We've just got nothing. I don't think Cam Thomas is resolving all the problems. He'd resolve a couple problems, but we'd still be losing this game. He's not a 30-point swing all by himself. Jesus Christ. This is the longest 8 minutes. I honestly, I don't even want to look at the box score. I haven't looked at the box score for ages. I don't even want to look. As soon as this game ends, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. I'm out. Because it's actually felt like a post-game show for the last 25 minutes. You know, that's what it's felt like. Because it's been an event session. Yeah. It's just like, I've not seen a team that just lacks everything. Like, I just go back to the 18-19 season, and I keep reminiscing on this season. You had some absolute pricks on your roster. Like, Damari Carroll, Jared Dudley, Ed Davis. Those guys were absolute, like, they were good leaders, and they didn't stick up for you. Like, they didn't tolerate any bullshit by the opposition. Here, it's just like, I'm pretty sure it was, I'm pretty sure it was, who was it? I'm pretty sure Jared Dudley initiated the players only meeting. So, like, who's going to be that player that does it here? I thought we had a couple of players that would be able to... sort of set the bar, but nah, it doesn't really look like it, does it? Jesus Christ could even save this team. Well, Jesus Christ couldn't save this team if that was what you were meant to say. Brooklyn wanting to star Hunt again instead of developing their own talent is incredibly stupid. I agree. If this isn't an indicator, you might as well, like, you don't have your picks, but who, like, honestly, you're not resolving Sean Marks did not resolve the issue by not doing anything in the deadline. He actually, like, he's constantly talking about this team remaining competitive, but the team actually would be more competitive if he got a bunch of blokes that are younger and have more of a chip on their shoulder, that sort of thing. A lot of these players just are not about it. Like, I am so interested to see, and this is what happens, I feel like, after every big loss. Who is going to be the scapegoat of this team? Or who's going to be the bloke that has to front up to the press post-game, if there even is going to be one, or if the coach has to be the fall guy? Let's have a look. Superstars won't come here. 100%. There is no attraction about this team at the moment. Nothing. Zero. There's just like, what superstar would drop everything? Or what, I'm not saying superstar, what star player would come here and drop everything? What superstar would drop everything to come to this franchise? Dead set. I don't think there is one. KD said he wanted Sean Marks and Nash gone. Obviously, that tells you he saw what Nets fans didn't see. Marks is trash. I think the thing I have to say about Marks is, like, you can acknowledge that he was, or he's a good drafter, and you can acknowledge that he was good at the start of his tenure when the the pressure wasn't high. Now there is more pressure to get back to where we were because he's fumbled the bag with KD and Kyrie. Gee, the Cavaliers have brought it back. They're only down 1. Good defense by Allen. Fucking hell. Airball 3. Rim grazer by Luka. Shit. And those sort of players right there. Jared Allen. Like, that is a defensive anchor. Do we have that? Well, Claxton, if you could call him a defensive anchor these days. Cavaliers can take a lead. Oh, Mitchell's wide open. Yes. Oh my God, and it's such a good looking 3 as well. Gee, the Mavericks have fucking choked this if they lose. But yeah, all I have to say is, yeah, 15-3 run for the Cavs in the last 2 minutes. You know, there's just no reason that any player would even think to rock up. And Sean Marks, I mean, you can acknowledge, yeah, that he had a good start of tenure, but then when the pressure's seeped in and he's trying to regain... That was definitely a foul, by the way. He's trying to regain what he lost because he's lost a lot for getting KD, Kyrie, and James Harden, and then obviously they're all not here now, so you're really sort of struggling. That's just another easy 2 and another foul. Fucking hell, this is just... So yeah, realistically, like, he's stuffed it up, but you can acknowledge the good he's done, but also acknowledge that he's fumbled it. And he probably is like, he's on borrowed time. Like, you can't imagine he's going to be here for an excessive amount of time longer, especially if you want a full reset in the off season. Like, you just need to do a complete turnaround. Look, the only people that will rock up and relish the opportunity in Brooklyn will be the players, the personnel, the staff that will relish an opportunity. Because, like, obviously the opportunity, it, like, you want to be, if you can get the Nets back to where you want them to be. Oh, wow, that's a Mitchell 3. Oh my God, he fucking banked it in from the outside. That is fucked. There's no way he scored that. Jesus Christ. There is, like, the only type of players, and these are the players you want on your team, I think, are the players that will relish an opportunity to get the Nets back to where they want to be. And it's very similar to, like, the players that were on the 2018-19 roster. They wanted to be even Sean Marks and Kenny Atkinson for that matter. They wanted to be the faces of the group that got the Nets back into relevance. That's the only players you can accept. Players that will relish the challenge of knowing that things are difficult, and that's something that's becoming more uncommon by the day. Players that want the challenge and will relish the opportunity to get a team back to where they want to be. Because a lot of these players don't seem to have too much interest in making the Nets team better, to be honest. Or they're not really delivering the effort and work rate required to actually get the job done. Like, that indicates to me, that signals to me a team that has or doesn't want any business with the future of the team. Yes, they probably want to win, but I don't think they have that hunger for being the faces of the team, and it reflects in their play. They're not hungry at all. The Mavericks are playing the Cavaliers right now. The Cavs up 3. Mitchell banked in a 3 with 29 seconds left, and the Mavericks will look to respond. Kyrie gets into the paint, and he gets the 2 to go. So they're up 2, or up 1, the Cavaliers. Another wide open 3 for the Nets being conceded. So it's a 1-point game. The Cavaliers up 1 with 24 seconds left. Open 3 for Bates Diop, and that 3 is off. You knew it as soon as you shot it. We're in the final 6 minutes, thank fuck. But not like it really matters because, well, it does matter because I can forget about this game sooner rather than later. Anthony Black misses the mid-range. I will look at your chat messages as well, as much as I can. Let's have a look. I'm just saying, though, that things that are said by journos and media and stuff, a lot of rumors circulate. So it may not necessarily be the case that, oh, there's been all this talk around the organization that Sean Marks is blah, 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 and the Nets are blah, 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 and players don't want to come here and all that. I mean, that's all speculative, but I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to know that the way we're playing and with the current way the team looks, or the way we're performing, going out sad, I don't think that's something that Nets players would really want to like buy themselves into. Like you can take quotes or you can hear quotes and all this, but you know, you take it all with a grain of salt. The Cavaliers are trying to hold off the Mavericks. Mitchell still using up a lot of clock, and it looks like there may be there's a little bit of fire there, and Josh Green is fucking pissed. Is there a jump ball or a challenge or a jump ball or a foul being called here? 9 seconds to play. There was an absolute tussle at center court between Josh Green and I think it was Isaac Okoro with 9 seconds to play, and it's a 1-point game. No, it was Darius Garland. That is almost... Oh, I don't know if that's a jump ball or a... I don't know. I've actually got a question for you guys in chat right now. Would you, and I feel like other supporters may say yes to this, would you want me to cover certain good games around the organization that aren't being like televised on national TV? I feel like that could be fun, especially when like I can't really, there's certain games I can't do for the Nets, which is probably a good thing. So maybe in the back end of the season there may be like hypothetically there's like I'm trying to look at games right now. Like for example the Dallas Cleveland game, that is a cracking fixture. So maybe like a Dallas Cleveland I could do. Yeah. So maybe those games could be good fun. I could actually get G'd up about 2 different teams and remain impartial. Let me know if that's something you would actually look at. Do Knicks games. I don't think I could do Knicks games because that'd piss me off. Nuggets games, I mean, Nuggets don't get any coverage on national TV. So I reckon maybe Nuggets games would be a good sort of thing to do. Woj quote was, top superstars have monitored the Nets and don't feel confident in that organization and feel like they won't be a contending team for a long time. Just note how general that is, though. I mean, top superstars, which ones? You know, like, don't feel confident in the organization. Why? It's just very general reports that I think you have to take with a grain of salt. The best thing for the Nets to do is build through, or superstars who are looking to leave, they're looking at the Nets like, bro, why would I go there? Yeah, well, this is what I mean, though. Like, you don't need to look at reports to know what would probably have been said. Like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to work out let's say you're in the position of being in the NBA, you would look at the Nets right now and be like, they look like they are not having fun. They look depressed. They are not in any games. That is the whole point of why you play. Oh my God, Luka Doncic, bounce pass, no look. And it's a dunk by Washington with 2.6. Cleveland don't have a timeout. Strus pulls up for 3. Oh my God. Oh my God! What the hell? Strus just hit the game winner. Oh my God. From behind half court. I can't believe I've caught that. Holy shit. Oh my God. He is, bro, he shoots like 1 of 7 for like 4 straight games, then has 1 good game. Bro, this guy is shooting terrible percentages this year. And of all players, to score the game winner from like 50 feet with Luka Doncic actually putting a hand up. Oh my goodness. Holy smokes. I can't believe I've caught that. That is a cracking 3-pointer. And you can see Marcus Morris's face, or yeah, Markeith, I don't know. Bro, he's just like, oh, fuck my life. After that one went in. That is a ridiculous 3-pointer. Fucking hell. I can't believe I've caught that. If you have League Pass, go across and replay it. That is a ridiculous ending to the game because Dallas fought their way back into it and looked like they had it sealed. Then the Cavaliers get back into it. The Mavericks took the lead with 2.6. The Cavaliers didn't even have a timeout. And this, what the fuck? Max Strus, of all players, oh my God, he scored 15 in the 4th quarter. Hit 7 threes in the game. This is going to be his one good performance of like the next 5 or 6 games. He won't have one of these for the next 5 games. That is cooked. Holy shit. I can't believe that game winner. Holy fuck. And Strus is getting a shower. You can tell I'm completely removed from the Nets game, which I still have on, by the way, but I'm barely engaged in it. The Nets are down 31 points. They've scored 73 in the entire game. And I don't know what the lowest is for points this season, but we are putting up more 80-point offensive games by the day. It makes it all the more confusing how the hell we scored 120 points at will early on this season. Crazy to think. I don't know how the Cavaliers have scored that, honestly. That is just fucking ridiculous. I would have thought Donovan Mitchell has that in his bag, but not Max Strus of all players, who's shooting fucking woeful this season. I mean, I can go to Max Strus's stat line right now. Max Strus. And this guy's shooting 41% from the field this season and 33% from 3. And you mean to tell me he's just knocked down one of the most crazy game winners I've seen in recent memory. And let's just say, if I do more games where I'm neutral, I think that'd be, well, you're seeing reactions like that. Because I can get G'd up, because it's not my team getting killed. And neither is it my team winning the game. Nets fans just don't understand the value of getting a superstar player. It's so rare. And we had 3 that won't happen again. We won't even get 1, let's be real. Superstars look at the Nets like, bruh, they fumbled. Yeah. I don't know. We gave up on it. I don't know what. We didn't appease them enough. It is a players' league, isn't it? So. How in the world is Ben Simmons still in the league? Because he's on the Nets. That's why. Because he's the only player piece we got back from Harden that's still on the team. We're holding onto loose straws. It will be on YouTube soon enough. Max Strus shot. Yeah, I know. It's crazy, that shot. That game winner. And you saw my reaction. It doesn't really correlate with the scoreline you're seeing and how much time's left in the game. We're down 29 points, and it has been the longest game I think well, it actually has felt like I've been sitting here for 5 or 6 hours. It is so dire to watch. If you are enjoying the stream, all things considered, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new. We'll be back for Nets versus the Hawks, regrettably in a couple of days' time. Do you think that Ben will be in the NBA after this contract? Yes, but I reckon he'll be on like a vet minimum or something. On like maybe a rebuilding team. Maybe. Like a Charlotte or... Trying to think. Charlotte or a Washington or even a San Antonio. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Watching Ben Simmons and Wembanyama would be a very interesting sort of dynamic. And you'd have... Well, I don't know how long Coach Popovich is going to be coaching for, but I think that could be a team where Ben Simmons may be a very nice fit for an opposition. That's just an assumption, of course, but I actually think that would be a really good sort of fit for Ben Simmons, to be honest, because Wembanyama at the 5, he can space, and Ben at the 1, I reckon that would be a fucking deadly sort of duo. And then obviously Wembanyama and Ben Simmons playing defense. That would be a pretty cool sort of team to watch. Definitely a league pass team. That's provided Ben stays healthy. But look, I don't think Ben's going to get any more big contracts at all. He's going to be signing small 1-year contracts or maybe a 2-year deal. I don't think he's going to be getting paid any more than $5 million a season. That ship has sailed for sure. Batadze scores again. Final 2 minutes. Thank fuck for that. I'm going to say now that we will be back, in 48 hours. If you have enjoyed the stream, make sure to, show your support and subscribe if you are new. We may actually be doing some neutral watch-alongs in, going forward. So if you want to tune in for those, where there's probably a little bit more entertainment about it, then I reckon probably a good time to subscribe, and we'll see how we go. I'll be very open communicating wise. And look, I'll actually trial and experiment for the rest of the season and see if we can see if I can get a few streams together. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit tougher because all my overlays and stuff are very Nets oriented. So if I wanted to do something like that, I probably should have done it in the or not in the off season, in the All-Star break, but we've got like 25 or so games left, so maybe I can trial it at the back end of the season, and then maybe going forward, I don't just do Nets watch parties, I just do NBA watch-alongs, and we can I think it may be a good thing as well just to get familiar with the Nets, or not the Nets, other teams that are not named the Nets, because I think that would be a good sort of, good for me, because I sort of want to watch more games around the league, and I sort of, if I watch a Nets game, I sort of feel like a bit desensitized to it all. Like I feel a bit, I feel like I can't be asked watching any more NBA for the rest of the day. So maybe that could be something something we look towards in the future. But the Nets are going to lose this one. I mean, they were going to lose it 45 to 50 minutes ago. Oh my God, Watford can't even make a fucking layup. Jesus. Thank God we're in the final minute. We've scored an abysmal 80 points. We only scored, 21 in the last quarter, and I wasn't even paying attention. I was celebrating game winners. For games that are like 15 million miles the other way. So yeah, the final score was what? It was 88 to 59 at 3/4 time, I think. 88 to 59. So we actually outscored them in the last quarter, which is fucking hilarious, by the way. And it looks like Keon Johnson, who's been playing the last few minutes of this game, honestly, I would give him a crack. Play Clowney in the ones. What's the point? of doing anything else. Noah Clowney, he has been tearing it up in the twos, in the reserves. Like, there is no reason for you to not just there's no reason for you to not like give these guys run now. Like in the last, I saved the post. So he's this season averaging 16.7 rebounds and 2 blocks a game for the Long Island Nets, and he scored a couple 25 plus point games. So like, just give the guy a go, man. Just give the guy a go. Seriously, what is there to lose at this point? Why the hell are the Magic actually playing? Yeah, this one's done though. Let's have a look in the chat what people are saying. There is a lot of chat, and not enough to keep up with. Let's have a look. There's a lot of messages. Look, I think we can't talk on the behalf of other people, like what Joe Tsai thinks, what Sean Marks thinks, because we don't know what they think. What we can talk about and comment on is what we do see, and what we're seeing is simply not good enough. To be losers by 26 and be out of the game for like half a game, it's just not good enough. It just isn't. So from here on out, I don't know what comes next. We play the Hawks twice. We're going to be here for both games, regrettably, but look, the Magic were missing Paolo Banchero today. The Hawks are going to be missing Trae Young for the 2 fixtures we play them. Then we're going to be playing the Sixers without Embiid, and then we're going to be playing Memphis again, who are also depleted. So there's winnable games, but if you play the way you played today, it's just not going to end well. It's just going to be abysmal to watch. And you've got to actually stand for something in the rooms post-game. I need plays to be going off. I need hard conversations to be had in the locker room, because right now it really feels like we're beating around the bush. Even though there was a coaching change, yesterday we were all like, it was all unicorns and rainbows when it really wasn't. We'd beaten the Memphis Grizzlies, who were supposed to be trash. Yeah. And simply put, it's just not good enough to, well, it's just not good enough to sit around and think it's all fun and games, really. To be honest, I stopped being a diehard Nets fan when we got rid of KD and Kyrie. Then I started watching other teams play. I just see the reality of it. We should have never taken KD and Kyrie for granted. I think I always appreciated their greatness, but I think, look, at stages when you had them, it was exhausting for the reason that they just had drama revolving around them, like at all times. And I think that was exhausting, but now it's even more exhausting at the same time because we are watching a terrible brand. When those two were there, it was external. Now it is internal. You can see the on-court product is just rubbish. The problem is we will keep rocking up because it is habit. It is a team we enjoy or we want to succeed. It is just so frustrating and infuriating when you don't know which way the team wants to go. You don't know if you should celebrate wins or you should actually despise winning because you are tanking. We know we don't have our picks, but that being said, you know, you've got to pick a direction. You've got to accept that you're not good. So I don't know why we keep trying to manifest something that simply isn't true. And Sean Marks being very not reactive or proactive at the deadline indicated that he still wants this team to have a crack. But sometimes you've just got to let go. Memphis would have been good this year if Ja Morant didn't get into trouble and injured. Well, of course. He's their focal point. I've been a fan the year before D'Lo came in. I just can't anymore. I gave up until KD and Kyrie come back. I'm done. Well, the season before D'Lo arrived, the team won 20 games. So, granted, I don't think it can get much worse than this. Look, if this isn't a wake-up call, continues to be a wake-up call, then I don't know what does. I'm done here. Obviously, the team's in disarray. The fan base don't know what the fuck is going on. Even though we got rid of our coach, that was only one very small piece of this intricate, you know, very deeper lying issue that, you know, we simply don't understand anything about. It's a very big problem. And it's probably, look, I don't know what's going to be said. I'm going to give my best attention to the press conference, hear what's being said, and I need a proper rev up, to be honest. Because yeah, it's just a bit unacceptable, to be honest. You can't stand for this shit no more. Players need to hold themselves and others accountable. It's not enough to fucking beat around the bush. You simply have to just face the fact that you aren't playing good enough. And those wins against Memphis, they're empty. Yes, this is why I got excited over a win against Memphis yesterday, because I knew that wins are few and far between, just like we took KD and Kyrie for granted, or people did. It feels like we're taking the wins for granted and discrediting them, when that's simply, like, wins are going to be few and far between if we just keep playing like this. Yeah. Toe life, that's all good. Seems a lot of fans are done with the team, though. I've been to a couple of Nets games and it was quiet and not a lot of people as it once was before. That's going to be natural, but naturally, I'm usually an optimistic type. And I, for the first time today, had another game on beside the game that I'm actually doing the watch along for. Because I just can't, I have to sort of try dampen the pain. Or I have to try remove the pain and add something else. So look, yeah, it's tough. Bring Clowney back in and give young fellas a decent go. I would honestly play Clowney. I would play Keon Johnson, who's got a little bit of bounce about him, a little bit of a spark plug sort of aura about him. We just need those sort of players, man. Did you see what Brunson and Josh Hart said about the Nets with Mikal on the podcast? He said the Knicks own us now that KD and Kyrie are gone. Mikal just sat there and said nothing. This, I actually spoke about this in a video. This is, it's understandable. It's understandable. I have a genuine question. Whitehead's out for the season, by the way. What on earth are you supposed to say when you get blown out? That was fresh off a 50-point loss against Boston. What are you going to say if you get told your team's trash? Or you get told that the Knicks own this, own New York? Quite frankly, I don't really care about, whether the Knicks are better than the Nets or whatever, because it's I'm going to see it for what it is. The Nets suck. The Knicks are better. The record indicates it. The play style indicates it. The talent on the roster indicates it. What do you want Mikal to say? Some people are saying he needs to be a leader, but then people are saying that he's not a leader. So which one is it? Do you want him to stand up for the team, or are you going to consistently downplay his leadership traits because he is obviously not playing well on the court? Which one is it? What do you want him to say? When the team's garbage? Because the team is garbage, or playing like garbage. It's not I said this in the video that I where I talked about all this. I said it is not okay to talk about your team or say shit about your team on a podcast before you address the elephant in the room, in the actual locker room. Deal with your own shit first. Sorry, let me have a drink. Deal with your own shit first before you even worry about anything else. Don't talk to your buddies from New York about the state of the Nets. I'm far more concerned with what you're saying, like, in the locker room. We're not going to get to know that, but that's where it all starts from. Bridges could have said next time we'll beat you or blow you out. I don't like how some players are so friendly with each other. I mean, that's the modern NBA for you, but look, he probably, like, these players know that 25-point losses are not good. It's just worrying when they keep happening. It just tells me that the hard conversations are not being had. Mikal Bridges, like, if you want him to show leadership and lead from the front, be that leader for the Nets team that you want him to be, he should be the vocal presence in the locker room. It doesn't matter what he says to Josh Hart or Jalen Brunson. Who cares? It doesn't matter whether you're talking trash or not. It matters what you're saying in the dressing room. How are you a leadership presence in the dressing room? Right now, it really feels like we don't have that leadership presence on the team. Right? It all starts there. That's all I have to say. And I'm interested to see what the bounce back is. We've got 2 games against the Hawks, a run of games which are winnable, but you're not going to win games if you don't hold yourself accountable, you don't have the tough conversations, you don't have leadership figures, you don't set the boundaries. Why has Mikal been worse this year, though? It was playing better last year. It's weird to me. I don't know. Honeymoon phase has worn off. Much like a number of players, I feel like NBA teams have had enough time now to scout the Nets team, and we have not made adjustments, and we've done the same shit. Very one-dimensional. Mikal Bridges never was a leader. He's been a 3rd and 4th option his entire career on the Suns, but it's going to be hard for him to become a leader. Yeah, so maybe it's just down to the fact, the reason he didn't talk trash was because he doesn't have the traits of being extroverted. Or he's not, if people are going to say he's not a leader, that's why he didn't speak on the podcast. Because you're asking something of him that he simply isn't. People want him to be a leader. They're also saying he's not a leader. So then just accept the fact he isn't, you know? Not leadership, but it's almost like he doesn't care about winning as much anymore. When he played for the Suns, he wanted to compete. Now it's just he accepts losing. I think that's all speculation. That's all assumption. I don't think he doesn't care about winning. What player in the NBA, I mean, there's going to be a handful, but realistically, do you think these teams or these players who play basketball for a living want to go work every day or work most days and just be depressed all the time? That's the best way I can put it in a more like regular working life 9-to-5 job sense. Why would you want to go to work and be depressed all the time? You know, understandably, he probably looks happier on a basketball court or looked happier for Phoenix because they were winning. But now it's, well, at the moment, you can't really feed off any positive energy when you're getting smoked by 25 plus points. There's nothing good to extract out of that. So, yeah, it's like we're trying to manufacture shit that just isn't there. You can't speculate. You can't say players don't care about winning because that's all speculation. As long as I do these watch parties, I will respect opinions, but I also want to pull up, like, I want to like let you know that it's not a good thing. It's an unproductive thing to speculate about things we don't know. Yes, it's probably a part of your opinion, but I'm of the belief that you just can't say these players don't care about winning because we don't know that. We can only take words. We can only hear words that they say. We can't just safely assume that they don't want to win. That's just a bit of a lazy take in my eyes. So we can only talk about the on-field product. And right now it looks like the way they're playing, you know, they're just not holding themselves accountable because every loss, it feels like before we won, we had like an average losing margin. I reckon it's very close now to the same sort of mark. We've lost like the last 7, 8, 9 games by an average of about 20 points. 20 points, 21 points, and on top of that, since the trade deadline, we're 30th in net rating, 30th in offense, defense, about 25th. Right there, for you, is the worst team in basketball right now. And has been the worst team in basketball for a long, long time. And the bad thing is we're trying to mask it up and say we want to be competitive. That just screams you're not competitive. Yeah. I just feel bad for Mikal. Sometimes I'm not making excuses, but it's close to the Poole effect. When Poole was playing for the Warriors, he was happy. Then he got to the Wizards. Now he is sad. Well, yeah. Yeah, in essence, yeah. It's... Yeah. I don't really have much else to say, to be honest. I said I was going to go immediately after, but I think the venting's probably good for me, and it's good for you guys as well. It's important, yeah, to have this sort of dialogue between Nets fans, and don't jump at each other. Like, if you have an opinion about something, I will always preach that you don't slate someone for having that opinion. You know, it's important that, you know, a lot of differing opinions are going to be pretty present here, because we don't really know what direction of this... Like, there's so many different directions we could go with this team. Like, no one knows the actual answer, but, you know, all I ask is, yeah, you just be respectful for other people's opinions, and obviously you can debunk someone's argument, but don't act like they're stupid for having an opinion, you know? Because it at the end of the day is all opinion. So I respect all the messages. I mean, you know, we're venting, and that's exactly what you have to do when you're really struggling to follow the team, you know? I've had these stages countless times, because it feels like I strike on shit with every single team I support. I mean, I support Everton in the Premier League, who are like, they've had a points deduction and they've been bad for a couple of seasons, poorly run. Then I support Carlton in my, well, national league that I support or follow. The AFL team I support, Aussie Rules team I support, that as well. Like, we had a 2-month period we didn't win a game. And there was so much dysfunction within the fan base because no one could respect opinions. Everyone was just getting pissed off at each other. The board, the players, the staff, the coaching. You wanted people to be sacked. You wanted players to be, players to be removed of captaincies and shit like that. I mean, it very much feels very similar here with the turmoil. You just got to hold out long enough and stick together through it, and then you know, you'll see it through. But I don't know when that's going to happen, and for the moment it looks like we're going to be on struggle street. So look, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be here in a couple of days' time. I appreciate you tuning in, given the game was so dire for the best part of, well, the second half. That Max Strus shot is up on YouTube now. Yeah, I know, I may actually have to like clip it and put the highlight up, because it was pretty crazy when it did happen. So, because yeah, I definitely showed a fair bit of animation when he scored that. So maybe that may be something I clip. But yeah, that's gonna do it from me. Thank you for tuning in. Drop a like on the way out. Make sure to subscribe if you are new, because if we lose again next time out, we will have another vent session ready for you all, and I will absorb all the comments that you have to say about the team, because quite frankly, I mean, everyone needs to vent. So yeah, that's going to do it. Thank you everyone for sticking around this long. But yeah, we will catch you later on. And I will talk to you in 48 hours. Stay safe. Don't let these losses dictate your week. But yeah, we'll see you soon. Have a good one. See you soon. Bye for now.